This is Freya. She's a 4-year-old quarter horse. I bought her in February of this year. She was bought from a trainer that had her after another trainer supposedly blew her up. So some of the problems that I've noticed with her is that she's extremely sensitive to leg contact. So I don't know if someone was over aggressive with their legs with her or what. She gets a little bit mouthy with the bit. She's very anxious. Everything makes her nervous. When we increase speed, she gets very nervous. And so she also has an injury to her lumbar back. We're not sure what happened. Or I should say, I'm not sure what happened. I don't know if the previous owner knew or didn't know that she had it. But she has an injury to her lumbar region. We've had that checked by a sports vet. And then that area was real tight. So basically, she just released it through injections. And then Freya went through about 3 to 4 weeks of rehab. Then after that, I started riding, and at that point, I went back to the basics and thought she was progressing well enough that I ended up going to a trainer to get some help. And through those lessons, she's really just having some setbacks with her anxiety. As with any baby horse, she moves forward and progresses, and then the very next lesson, it would just feel like a complete setback. And I think one of the things I really need to work on with her is not pushing for speed right now without accomplishing a lot of the basics, because when we start trotting, that's when she starts bracing against the bit and not responding and wanting to have her own ideas. So we're going back to the basics. So with that said, I'm going to video everything that I go through so that I can come back and watch it to see how we've progressed. So today, the videos won't be based on day, like day one or whatever. It's just going to be the foundations. And so there could be some time in between, like I'll videotape day one, and then I might not videotape again until I'm ready to move on to the next exercise. If she's doing something really well, like today when we work on lateral flexion, then there's a chance that I would go ahead and move on to the next one. And again, we've worked on some of this before, so I don't expect her to be completely green at it. She knows it. It's just how well is she going to respond. All right. So with that said, let's jump on in. And first thing that I want to check on with her is her lateral flexion. So I'm going to lift my hands up, bring my hand in. She's wanting to disengage. There, she gave it to me standing still. So I give it back to her. I want to do that again. Hands up, out to the side, lateral flexion. Good girl. She can have it back. And what I'm looking for with her is that when I ask for it, she doesn't brace against it. She go ahead and gives me her head, and then I'm waiting to see that she's connected with me when I've asked for the flexion. So here, lift my hand up, out to the side. Does she look at me and acknowledge that I'm asking for this? Right now, she's fighting it some. Okay, now she gave in. I could see her eye looked at me. She stopped moving her feet, so that's good. So we're going to go again. Hand up, slide my hand down and out. Go to the side. Perfect. That's what I wanted. So I'm going to do this side until her feet aren't moving and she's trying to disengage. I only want her to disengage when I put my leg back and on. Otherwise, she should stand still when I ask for the lateral flexion. So again, lift up, hand out, to the side, better. She's still wanting to disengage, so I'm just going to hold her there. So I can see she's still a little nervous right now, so we're just going to keep on this side. And I'm waiting for her to stop moving. I don't want her to think that when I pull her head around, I want her to disengage. Perfect. So she's really good with this side. She's pretty quick to give on it. I would rather her not do that where her head's tipped at an angle. I want her head to stay straight and lateral. So, yeah, that's okay. Still a little tipped, but, and she doesn't have to bring it back this far as long as she just gives it to me. That's what I'm looking for. So, let her yawn it out. She's obviously thinking through some stuff right now. Still a little reactive feeling. She's not exactly using her thinking side of her brain. I mean, we're trying to switch it on, but we're not there yet. So again, and up, round. Give it to me. Okay, there. And see, with that one, when she brought her head around and I released it, she was thinking to me, so she didn't immediately take her head back. She actually left it there. And she's standing still. She's not trying to disengage her hind end. So that's good. I'm going to ask again. That's perfect. Yeah, and then we got a blowout. Perfect. That's all I'm looking for right there. And I would say at this point, she definitely got it. So she's looking to this direction, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up and flex this side. And that was perfect. She started to move, so I probably should have held on a little longer, but we're going to just go with it and try again. So I'm going to pick up. Nope, so now she's moving, so I'm just going to hold her. There, perfect. And this side, she's more bracy too. When I ask her to do anything, she's, this is just her bad side or left side. So it's a side that's going to need more work. So again, pick up. She gives. I didn't have to pull too hard. I really like that. Her head went back, but she's not moving. So I really like that. So again, I'm going to pick up, pull out to the side. Perfect. I like that. I'm waiting for this side to where she just kind of holds it and gives. Maybe sighs. Maybe even blows out. I'd like to see her. There. I see that. All right. So I'm going to ask again. And her head came up, so she got a little bracy on that one. So what I would really like is for her head to, you know, if it comes up a little bit, that's fine, but level and around is what I'm looking for too. So I'm going to interrupt her thoughts, bring her head around. There. I like that. Much better. Yeah, that was good. And as you see, she wants to put her head down after I start working on it. So that's what I'm looking for too, is her to put her head down. I'd really like to see her start relaxing more, not playing with the bit, not trying to pull the reins out of my hands. So that's just her nervousness that we still have to work through.